1540 WADK. WADK.
It's 10:35 in your hometown. What a nice day. Hopefully it'll be as nice a day this Sunday, the 18th, for the 2016 Rhode Island Walk for Children with Apraxia. Apraxia. This is something we talked about a year ago, and it involves speech. While most children almost miraculously learn to speak without effort, doesn't always happen. Something called apraxia of speech. And Kendra Jenkins is running the Rhode Island Walk with Apraxia for Speech. And she's on the line with us right now. Kendra, nice to have you with us. How are you?
Hi, Bruce. Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you very, very much. Now, the Walk for Children with Apraxia is next Sunday at Colt State Park. How far is the walk?
The walk is about a mile. It's probably just under a mile. It's a pretty simple walk. It's great for kids. It's great for strollers. We kept it pretty simple for everybody.
You bet. And it should be a nice time. Hopefully it's as nice a day as we have going today. But tell us about apraxia.
So apraxia, it's a rare neurologically based motor speech disorder. It's one of the most serious speech disorders that affects a child's ability to correctly produce syllables and words. So they understand language, but what happens is the brain doesn't communicate to the muscles in our mouth that we need to produce speech, our jaw, our tongue, our palate. So it doesn't come out correctly. A lot of times it comes out as grunts or sounds early on, and then as they get older, the speech is just, it comes out incorrectly.
So it's actually a physical thing that happens.
Yes. It is neurologically based. It is not something that a child will simply outgrow. Most children with apraxia need frequent, intense speech therapy that is ongoing, depending on the severity of it.
I see. And what can be done?
It's really important for any parent to recognize if they have a child and they're concerned about their child's development with speech, they should always follow their instincts and listen to that, that mommy gut or that daddy gut, and ask for a referral for a speech-language evaluation. Because the biggest key to helping these kids is to get the proper early intervention, the proper speech therapy that they need so they can help learn to find their voice.
And that's really the key, is to try to help these kids find their voice. Now, what's the outlook? Is it something that can be caught early enough? Is there hope? Are there strides that have been made? Tell us what's going on.
There's always hope. For our son personally, his case of apraxia is more on the severe side. We were told that his case is one of the most severe that they've seen in a long time. So he does have a lot of work in his future ahead of him, but he has made great strides this past year. Since we got him the proper diagnosis, and now we're on the right track with the proper therapy that he needs. He gets, like I said, frequent and intense speech therapy. He gets that 4 days a week, where they really work on targeting those muscles in his mouth to help him produce the sounds. He still has trouble getting the words out, and there's a lot of frustration involved, but there is hope for kids. You just have to be consistent. We really need the support from our community, from our family, our friends, just to have that support, because it is a lot of work for everybody, for our kids. It's a lot of work for the families, and because there isn't much awareness about it, it's important to help educate others about apraxia, and that's why I spearheaded this walk in Rhode Island to begin with.
It is said that this is among the rarest and most severe and complex of all of the speech disorders.
It is, yes, and depending, there are different levels of apraxia. Some kids have a more mild to moderate case, where some have a more moderate to severe case. So it really all depends on the child and how they do and how they progress. Some progress faster than others, while some take longer. Our son is almost 7, and he still struggles greatly, but he is making a lot of progress. He's starting to try to string more words together. He's finally at a point where whatever he is able to say, it sticks with him, versus before he would lose it just as quick as he learned it, which is one of the most common symptoms of a child with apraxia. They learn a word, and they could say that word ongoing for quite some time, and then all of a sudden just lose it.
My. Now, there is a national organization.
Yes.
And that's what you're part of here. Tell us about this national organization. It's called CASANA?
It is, CASANA, which stands for the Childhood Apraxia of Speech Association of North America.
Gotcha.
When our son was diagnosed, he was 3, and like any parent does, we went on the internet to look up apraxia, try to find more information about it, and we came across CASANA. After reading it and reading what their mission was about and how much help they've offered for so many families across the nation, we contacted them for help and to get some resources for what we should do next. And I found out about the walks that they do for children with apraxia, and I just love their mission. I love that they are the only national nonprofit organization who is dedicated to helping our kids. They donate back over 85% of their funds back into research programs, studies that they've done to help learn about apraxia and educate apraxia. They do conferences once a year. They offer speech therapy grants to families who qualify, because most families have to pay privately because most insurance companies do not cover speech therapy. So it is quite costly. And they also invest back into our families to help pay for them to attend conferences, for them to get speech therapy grants, and also for iPads, so children can use the iPad as a communication device. I
was going to ask that if your son is able to communicate in other ways, so at least there is some kind of a way to get the word out. So that can work if they have. I was thinking of writing stuff down, showing my advanced age, but certainly if it were a tablet or something. So that is kind of a little bit of a substitution anyway?
Absolutely, and that's the other important piece with apraxia and helping our kids is being able to find the resources so we can get the proper tools to help them communicate, whether it would be learning sign language or using an iPad to have a communication device with different programs for them to be able to tell us what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they want to do, their likes, their dislikes. Or they also there's picture systems that you can use, and they can point to different pictures. So we use a combination of all of the above. We have pictures hung up in our house, over by where his books are, so he can pick out a book that he wants to read and tell us that's what he would like to do. We have pictures hung up near the refrigerator and where we keep our food, so he can point and let us know what he would like to eat. We use the communication device through an iPad as well. We do use sign language. Since he's getting older and his speech is starting to come along, we've scaled back a little bit on that, and it's kind of like a last resort. But there are so many different ways, and it's amazing to see these kids, how hard they work, but how they really just keep going until they get their point across. They don't give up. They're so strong, and they're just so resilient, and it's amazing.
Boy, that's great. That's just great. Well, you can help by being part of this walk, or certainly helping out in the look into the cure for apraxia of speech, childhood apraxia of speech. Tell us again about the walk.
So the walk is coming up this Sunday, and like you said, it's at Colt State Park in Bristol. It's at Shelter 1. And this walk is a great way to come out. It's a really fun day for everyone. We have a lot of activities planned for families and for children. And it's just a great way to show our support for our kids and to really honor them, because they work so hard to just communicate and just something that we all do effortlessly, and it's just a day to celebrate them and make it about them and let them know, you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. We're here for you. And to have the community get involved, it just shows even more of a larger support on a larger scale.
You
and
bet.
all of the proceeds that we raise are donated to CASANA, which, as I explained in turn, goes right into their amazing programs that they have for our kids and our families.
Right. How can we get involved? How do we come along on the walk? What do we do?
You can register. You can register online. The website, I don't know if you can share it on your website. It's a little bit long, but you can register online. You can also register the day of. Open registration starts at 9 a.m. the day of, so anyone can come up. We have registration forms. If you register before Sunday online, it's $20 per adult and $10 per child. An adult is 18 years and older. A child is 18 years and younger. However, children 3 and under are free. There's no registration fee for that. If you register the day of, the price does go up a little bit. For adults, it's $25, and children, it's $13.
All right. And if you'd like to find out more, just Google Apraxia, A-P-R-A-X-I-A, Apraxia, and just find the Apraxia, children with Apraxia, and then you'll get to the Rhode Island Walk.
Yes, and if you Google Apraxia, you'll probably come right up to CASANA's web address, which is apraxia-kids.org, where you can get tons of information about Apraxia and about their mission. And there's also a link there for walks that are held nationally, and you can find Rhode Island listed on that list.
All right. Well, we wish you all the best and your family, and good luck this Sunday in the 2016 Rhode Island Walk for Children with Apraxia. Kendra Jenkins, thank you so very, very much.
Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate it.